and welcome to PalaceFanTV. I'm Jim Daly, a Palace fan, and I'm with a Norwich City fan, Jack Reeve from Talk Norwich City, to preview the first game of the season. Hello, Jack.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm awesome.
Good stuff. Okay, so Palace have got Norwich away on the first day of the season. Norwich returning to the Premier League. Now, as a Norwich fan, when you saw that fixture, were you happy? Did you think this could be a winnable game for Norwich?
See, I wasn't with the sort of common thought from Norwich fans. I really wanted a big team. No disrespect.
Whoa!
That's a poor thing to say.
You got one.
No, but sort of, the Chelseas, the Man Uniteds, because I thought we could have beaten someone like them. With Palace, I think you've got a really good squad now. You've made some cracking signings. I know you've got like Kabay, who isn't going to be playing, but the likes of Connor Wickham, who's going to be coming to Carrow Road with a point to prove.
So will he get booed at the next Ipswich?
I can remember when he came down with Sunderland, he got booed then. So probably.
Right.
He's not a massive fan's favourite, but who knows, it might have sort of calmed down a bit now. But I think Palace are a good squad. I think we're going to struggle. It's going to be a real sort of tough opener and a real sort of welcome back to the Premier League. So I had mixed emotions. I like Palace as a squad, so it'll be a good game, but I'm not that confident of a win, unfortunately.
There seems to have always been down the years quite a sort of friendly relationship between Norwich and Palace, hasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Norwich fans love Palace. I mean, there's some teams out there that Norwich fans absolutely hate. Palace aren't one of them teams, so it's a nice game to sort of gently go into the season.
And speaking of people we love now at Palace, we had Cameron Jerome, obviously a couple of years ago, and was very popular at Palace, despite not having a brilliant scoring record. He did very well for you. Is he a fan's favourite?
Definitely. Cameron Jerome, I think we picked him up for $1.5 million, which looking back is an absolute bargain now. Scored over 20 goals last season in the Championship, won at Wembley. The thing we love about Cameron Jerome is he's the player we haven't really had since Grant Holt. Really powerful, pretty quick. Grant Holt wasn't that quick, but scores goals regularly. Nobody expected a £1.5 million striker to go and score 20 goals in the Championship and bag one at Wembley in the most important game of probably the club's history. So Cameron Jerome absolutely.
It's funny you say score goals, because that is the one thing he didn't do at Palace. Like, he worked very hard in that lone man up top, would run defenders in the channel stuff, but he didn't score. Do you think that he can take that into the Premier League and actually continue scoring?
I hope so, because he's the player that we sort of rely on at the moment. We haven't got any other decent strikers who we think will score goals. I mean, Lewis Graben's okay.
Another ex-Palace player.
Yeah. He was fantastic in the Championship, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's that Premier League player. We've got Van Wolfswinkel, who we've sort of written off. Gary Hooper, who a lot of people think will score goals in the Premier League, was our top scorer last time we were in the Premier League. He wants to move away. I don't think he's quite settled at the club. So Cameron Jerome, there's a lot of expectation on him this season. I'm not sure if he'll cope with the pressure. I hope he will, but I don't think he's going to get sort of the 20 goals he scored last season. If he gets 10, I think that'll be a good return.
Now, you have been linked with another Palace player in Dwight Gale. Rumours he might be going to Fulham, but is that the sort of player that you'd like? Would he fit in at Norwich?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you've done the scout report for my channel, and a lot of Norwich fans said, this is the player we want. We've been linked with tons of strikers, and that's sort of the striker that all Norwich fans had one similar thought on of wanting that player. We've been linked to loads of other strikers, and everyone sort of got mixed opinions, but Dwight Gale, he played at Peterborough for a little while. He's obviously quite a close team to Norwich, and we all liked him there, and he's obviously flourished and has gone on to be a good Premier League striker now. So definitely Dwight Gale would be a good fit in Norwich. So
now, where do you think the weaknesses are in Norwich's game that Palace might be able to exploit on Saturday?
Defence, definitely. We're still looking for a right back. I mean, Andre Wisdom can apparently play there. We haven't seen much of him. Our midfield is our strongest area, definitely. We've got the likes of Redmond, Brady, who's just come in. But that defence hasn't changed since last time we were in the Premier League. It's just got 2 years older, pretty much. So we've got the likes of Russell Martin, who, against the likes of your players, will struggle. We've got Stephen Whittaker, who's very inconsistent. Olsen, who's out injured, so we're probably going to be playing either Brady there, who isn't typically a left-back, or Harry Toffolo, one of our youth players, and then Basong, who, is great on his day, but his day doesn't come around very often. So if you can get players running at our defence, I think we're going to have problems.
Thankfully, that is the way Palace play. Are you expecting then some more signings for Norwich before the end of the window, particularly in defence?
I think so. We've made 4 so far. I expected us to make a few more, to be honest. The signings we've made have been solid, but one of them being Malumbu is now out for like 7 weeks, which is absolutely gutting.
Always goes that way.
I think we're going to be signing another. I'd say 2 more. I'd say a striker and a defender. We could probably cope with the team we've got at the moment, but I wouldn't want to.
How do you see the season going for Norwich and for Palace?
Yeah, I think Palace will do well. I think sort of maybe even top 10. I'm going out there and saying it. I think this is the season where you'll really do well. I think you've got the foundations set now, and this is the season for you to kick on. I know you said on my channel that maybe fans will be happy with just surviving. I think that's our job to do. I think we'll be like over the moon if we survive. I think we will do that. I think Palace will do well this season. You've got the players, you've got the manager, you've got the whole setup. So I think you'll do well. In terms of Norwich, stay up and we'll be over the moon, and then sort of build from there. When we stayed up under Paul Lambert last time, we got a bit ahead of ourselves. We were like, right, top 10 now. And then we got Chris Hughton, and sort of the rest is history.
Well, you had that sort of second season syndrome, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, Chris Hughton was so depressing to watch. It was horrible football. But now we've got Alex Neil. We've got some decent players, not packed with talent, but we've got a good sort of squad morale, and I think that will be hugely important this season.
Are Norwich fans confident?
Yeah.
Does it feel confident around the club?
Yeah, since Alex Neil's come in, we had a couple of seasons of real negativity under Chris Hughton, and then Neil Adams, who's obviously a club legend but isn't a manager at this time anyway. Done fantastic things with the youth team, but that's irrelevant. Up to about sort of February last year, we were like, right, this is going to be a real struggle to get back in the Premier League. Somehow we've done it. We're still buzzing from Wembley.
It's a great day out, Wembley. We had a good one a few years ago.
Yeah, of course. You'll know exactly what it's like. It's hard to sort of get rid of it and put
it
it
is,
in the
yeah.
past. But I think when we play you first opening game of the season, we can say goodbye to that. But we're still buzzing off it, and yeah, we're really positive at the moment.
Okay, so that first game of the season, let's have a score prediction from you then, Jack.
Well, you said 2-2, and I think it's boring if I say 2-2 as well, isn't it?
Can if you want.
Yeah. Well, head's saying 2-2, heart's saying 2-1 Norwich.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's going to be close. I think we can all agree on that. Neither team's going to get rolled over, I hope. Well, obviously, I'd love to roll you.
Famous last words, 10-0 Palace.
But no, I'm hoping Cameron Jerome can maybe grab a goal. I'm praying that Wickham doesn't score. That's my only wish from this game.
It's probably going to be 1-1 Wickham and Jerome, isn't it?
I'd probably take a draw, to be honest. But yeah, 2-2.
Cool. Okay, good. Well, Jack, thanks for joining us. For all Norwich City stuff, go to Talk Norwich City for more from Jack there. Subscribe to PalaceFanTV. Comment below with your thoughts on the opening game. How are Palace going to get on? Are they going to win, or will Norwich peg them back? And we'll see you again soon. Cheers.